Good morning, welcome. I'm Olivia. This is my SilverSneakers Flex Chair Yoga class. Let's begin at the back of the seat, where you can come into some seated meditation before we start seated mountain pose. So settle in, come to your breath, find it, breathe it in deep. Welcome, nice to have you today.
Good to be back.
And let go of the things that are not going to serve you in your practice today. They will be there later. Enjoy being still. Enjoy that full deep breath, long, slow exhale. Now take the deepest breath you've taken. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh, make a little noise, whatever you need. And we'll move out to the edge of the seat. So coming into seated mountain pose means the feet are going to be directly underneath your knees. And you are head over, heart over pelvis. You have zipped up this midline, right? So you're sitting as tall as you possibly can. Put this little tuck towards your chin so your eyes are right on the horizon. And then just feel the shoulders fall away from your ears. So relax in the back of the neck. And then let the arms come down. Turn the palms to the front. And notice the shoulder heads are pointing downward towards your tailbone here. If you lift the heart a wee bit more. Pull the belly in. Find yourself on the tip of the sit bones. Crown of the head reaching to the ceiling. Imagine you're standing. So press the feet into the earth or your shoes. All right, my eyes are closed, and if yours are too. Before you open them, put that little smile on your face. So everybody's smiling. Eyes open, and let's rock forward and back on the tailbone. On those sit bones. So you roll to the front side and you roll to the back side. You feel that tailbone then come to the fleshy part of your seat. And then again, a little rock and roll in the pelvis. And again, pull that navel in towards your spine. Relax the shoulders. They're not going to help you do this. It's all your core. Okay, and then I need you to find the very tip of the sit bones once again, sitting nice and tall. Tipping the head over to the right, let the left fingers reach down towards the ground. Nice stretch there. And then while you're here, turn the chin towards the shoulder. Turn back to the front and come back up, and then we'll go the other way. So try not to move the shoulders at all. Tipping the head, reach the right fingers off. Drop the chin towards this shoulder. Come up back to the front. And all the way back up. Look over the right shoulder. And notice if you're on the side, you have to think right and left, right? Drop your chin, trace your collarbone, come up looking over the left shoulder. And then drop your chin, come up to the center right there, that little notch in your throat, and slide the chin back up. Let's just take an easy lift and lower. And again, lift and lower. Easy, easy. And one more time. All right, release the arms back down. Shrug your shoulders, pull them up, and then push them all the way down. Let's hands come to the front. Pull the elbows back together, and then separate the shoulder blades. Again, we lift up, we press down, we pull back, we press away. Yeah, so feel the different range of motion around the shoulder. Up and down, forward and back, and then up and down again, and forward and back. All right, now like you're going to take your hat off, reach to the ceiling, and release back down. And again, sitting away from the back of the chair now, nice and tall. And back. Nothing moving but my arms, right? Lifting up and lower down. Good morning. There is a chair over here in the corner. I thought that was you, Missy. You see, all the way over by those doors. You bet, you bet. Now I have to lock the door. All the chairs are gone. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. And then right in front, we're just going to make a figure 8 with your hands. So I'm going to take palms down and palms up. What I want you to notice is the shoulders are moving. The shoulder blades are moving. So stretch across the back and then retract them back. One more time. And back. All right, reach to the ceiling. Let's take that hand on the back of your head and then press that elbow back. And then the other side, same thing, reach to the ceiling. Hand behind your head, press that elbow back. We'll get into a little bit more with that. One more time. Deep breath in. Let's forward fold. All right. Look down towards your toes. And then look over towards the right side of your foot. And then the left side. Come back to the center. Halfway rise, little baby cobra. Press the hands into the shins right there. And then exhale, release down all the way back up. Bring that right knee in. Drop your forehead towards your knee. Switch to the other side. Forehead towards the knee. All the way up. Deep breath in. Let me widen my feet out here a little bit. Hands on the knees. Okay, so I'm going to inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, scoop in the belly, roll back towards the tailbone. Some seated cat and cow. All right, inhale, the heart comes forward. The gaze comes up with that. And then exhale, round back. A couple more. All about your spine here. Contract back. One more time. Exhale, contract back. All right. Now, I drop my elbow down. Now, you may or may not be able to, that may not work for you. It's up to you entirely. Let's take hands on the shoulder, because what I want you to do is roll this shoulder around. So I'm not only getting a side stretch here, I'm working in my shoulder here. And again. And one more time. Let it pull you back up. Let's go side to side a little bit before we get to the other side. Firmly planted on both sit bones, so they're not moving. It's just my rib cage here. All right, we go to the other side. Rest the hand, rest the elbow if you can. Reach to the ceiling, and then we're going to take the fingertips on the shoulder. Roll that shoulder around. And again. So a little side stretch, a little shoulder work here as well. All right, arms. Let this one pull you back up, and we'll go side to side again. And always take hands on the shoulder, hands on the hips if that feels better to you. And again. Two more. Last one. Let's reach both arms up to the ceiling. Heel the hand, fingertips together. Stretch. Now notice my hands are in front of my face here first. And then hands behind the head. I love to call this lounge chair pose. Hands, this time I'm going to press them forward, tuck the chin. So a great stretch across the back, and then across the shoulder blades, and then lifting up, squeeze the shoulder blades. One more time. And lifting up. All right, this time bring the hands to the heart. I'm going to stand up just so everybody can see me. I'm going to take my thumb over to the right shoulder and look to the left. And then we'll go the other way. Thumb to the left shoulder, look to the right. Oh, that's a completely different stretch, isn't it? See, even keep the elbows out. Try it again. Little push. And then go the other way. Little push. All right, lovely. Back to the center. Deep breath in. Hands on the thigh muscles. Press the feet down. Press your hands down. But everybody, release your shoulders. Yeah. Fire on those core muscles and just push down on the thighs right there. Yep. You should feel those core muscles really fire on when you do that. Hinge at the hip. Release down, using the thigh muscles, push back up. Or using the hands on the thighs, push right back up. I'm going to add a little twist here. Left hand crosses over and that right hand reaches towards my chair. All right, looking over that right shoulder, belly in. Come on back to the front. Walk your hands the other way without letting the knees buckle in. You want to keep them right there. I'm going to cross that. Just the left hand or right hand itself is going to be a little twist. And then I'm going to add this rotation of the spine. All right, so from here, we're going to wash the wall. Side to side. And again. And just be aware of your breath. Let your gaze follow your hands so that rotation goes all the way into the cervical vertebrae. And one more time. All right, both arms out. That fish was this big, right? Press the knuckles back. Give yourself a hug. Tuck your chin. Breathe between the shoulder blades. Now notice which hand is on top, because we're going to put the other one next time. We're going to do the same thing. Stretch out big fish, even bigger fish, and then give yourself a hug. All right, walk your feet back in. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Look towards the toes. We halfway rise. Press the hands into the shins. Little baby cobra. Hi, everyone. All right, reverse all the way back up. Bring that right knee in. And then release. Bring the left knee in. Scoop in the belly. And release. We're going to bring that right knee in and just leave it up. Okay, let's sit up nice and tall. And bring that towards the knee, shoulder. Bring that towards the shoulder if you can. Sit nice and tall. Get a nice low back stretch. And then touch the leg. And then bring it out to the side. All right, so I'm bringing it in towards my leg here. I'm not crossing the midline. Maybe I'm coming right to the midline. And again. And I'm going to resist this. So I'm going to use this hand to push this in. A little bit more. One more time. Everybody breathing? Okay, drop that foot down, walk it back in. Let's just slide it out to the front. And you do need to get on the tip of the seat there, edge of the seat, if you're not already, to really feel this stretch. So I have a little bend in my knee. I'm going to use my left hand, my hands on my left thigh. Bring the heart forward as you take this hinge at the hip. All right. Begin to feel that lengthen in the back of the leg. Go wherever you're comfortable. Hold that and breathe. And then exhale, release back down and round back up. All right, bring that other leg with you. Okay, and out to the side here. Yeah. See if you can get that closer towards the shoulder. All right, then we're going to take it out and then push it towards the midline. And again, I'm using my right foot on the ground to sort of keep me stabilized here. And again. Nice and tall. Zip up the middle. Broad collarbones. All right, and here we go to the outside. Walk it back in and slide it forward, lifting the toe. Edge of the seat again. You should feel a nice stretch in the calf muscle when you do this. And then as you start to hinge at the hip, use the hands on the thigh. And then maybe release down around the spine and roll back up. All right, we take the feet out wide. My favorite exercise here is this around the world. Here we go. Oh. You probably hear little Rice Krispies in your head, right? How do you do this? And you can take this shallow, whatever is comfortable, or really rock and roll. It's up to you. And switch and go the other direction. It's just what my hips need. Help you too. And again. One more time. All right. We're going to keep the feet out and we're going to stand up. So you should be at the edge of the seat still. I'm going to tuck my feet in a little bit more. We're going to take 6 up and down. The first one, we're going to use the hands on the thighs. If you need to do that for all of them, that's fine. The second 2 right here, I call this I Dream a Genie. And the last 2 arms up. If any of those are not accessible, use the chair and we'll meet you up here when we're done, all right? It's okay. It's okay. Deep breath in, wheel lift. Nice and tall. Yeah, feels good, doesn't it? Nice and firm. You take your time, get up and stay up. It's just fine with me, all right? And back down. And again, here we go again. And back down. we go again. And back down. Reaching up. Use your hands on your thighs if you need to, please, Frank. I'm going to call you out on this one. All right? And back down. Drop your shoulders. All right. Now, let's get to the back of the seat. Walk your feet back in. And we're going to be at the back of the seat, using the chair, always for balance if you need it. Have a drink of water on your way back. And I'll tell you why one more time. I had a good friend of ours from North Church here. Guess I won't get in front of that and say that. She was not drinking water. I said this to one class before. She passed out in the grocery store, and they hauled her off, and she did not realize how dehydrated she was. Well, you know, I thought to drink water. No, so water with you all the time. Bless you. And my favorite participant online, she's in England, and she heard you sneeze too.
She said, "God bless you too."
Yeah. All right. So drink water. When I say drink, take two. They're small, right? Downward facing dog. Let's step on back. You're going to walk your feet underneath your hips. Try this with straight arms first, because the more you lower the heart towards the earth, the more you will probably want to bend the elbows, and that's fine. It's all about range of motion around your shoulders there. Turn the tailbone to the back wall. You're going to need to soften your knees to do that. Bring the belly, the navel in towards the spine. We say lift the front body to the back body. And take a nice deep breath in. Let's take the right hand closer to the left hand, maybe on top. And maybe push the right hip a little more towards the back diagonal there of your imaginary box. And then let's go the other way, same thing. So bring that left hand closer to or on top of the right hand. And breathe. All right, come back to the front. Take the gaze over the chair like I said something to you. Little baby step into the chair. Walk them in. Turn the elbows towards the ground. Little baby cobra here. Hinge at the hip. Push right back up. We work a little bit in the triceps now. Hinge and look right back up. I want you to look at the chair, seat, or the back of the chair. Let's not drop the gaze towards the toes, okay? So heart's coming forward always. And one more time. All right, step into the chair. We're going to come into standing mountain pose. So your heels are right underneath your sit bones. And when you turn that tailbone to the ground, those knees will soften just a little bit, right? Broad collarbones. Make them as broad as you can. And here's where we zip up that jacket. You know, when you pull your zipper up, you sure don't look down like this. Zip up nice and tall. Let the elbows draw in towards the waistline, so the palms are going to press forward a wee bit. Put the chin on that imaginary shelf. Feel the back of your neck get long. And then notice you have ears over shoulders, over hips, over knees, over toes. Maybe we close our eyes and just see how steady you are. Now I've dropped my fingers to the chair for a little balance. But notice how steady you are. And the moment I do that, my feet, my toes, my feet, my legs fire on. So they're going to work to hold me steady. All right, let's take the left hand to the chair. Right arm's going to come up and over. And back to the center. And I'm going to push my hips out to the left as I arc over. And again. And the belly is pulled in. Nice side stretch. All right. Now, inward towards the side body of the legs right here. Slide that right foot out to the side and just flex the toe. All right. Maybe lift it a little bit higher. What I want you to do is notice you're not coming down this way, right? You've got that toe facing the front and head over heart over pelvis. So essentially you're mountain pose, but you got this leg thing going on here, right? Now what I want you to do is turn the toe to the ceiling. And then turn the toe to the front. You're rotating in that ball and socket joint and to the front. And the ceiling. And if you need to put that toe on the heel on the ground and the toe on the ground, that's okay too. Yep. time. And bring it to the front. Step out to the side, wide standing mountain pose. Same thing, soft knees, broad collarbones. Maybe a little broader base makes it a little bit easier. Deep breath in. Let's bring the hands back to the heart and step that back foot back in, and the other one goes out. Toe on the ground. Flex the foot. Now, if you're rotating, if you're keeping the toe on the ground, you're going to drop the toe and then the heel. But otherwise, if you can do it airborne, go ahead and try that. So yes, my hip is going to move, my my sit bones are going to drop downward, but getting a little rotation, working in that ball and socket. All right. And again. Nice. And one more. All right. We travel into that foot on the ground. Deep breath in. All right, hands back to the heart. Walk that foot in. And let's step back to downward facing dog again. So we got side body, we got hips ready, we got shoulders ready. And breathe. All right, and taking the gaze over the chair. Take a little baby step in towards the chair. We'll take some standing cat and cow now, all right? So it's like I'm pushing on the grocery cart. I'm leaning into it. Eyes up, heart forward. Exhale, scoop in the belly, tuck the tailbone. Bend the knees. Again, straight arms, straight legs, eyes up, heart forward. Where are the Cheerios, all right? And then exhale, tuck the tailbone. And don't you hate that Wegmans changed the layout of the store?
Yes.
Exhale. Again. And exhale. All right, come away from the chair, stand up nice and tall. You've got a little space. We're going to take a deep breath in this little vinyasa, this flow series we put together. We forward fold. Halfway rise, slide the hands towards the hip, those are thighs. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And then we're going to slide down, keeping that nice straight back. Heart coming forward. Right arm goes out to the side. Use the chair if you need to. And switch, go to the other side. Use the chair if you need to. Left hand goes out. And then reverse swan dive all the way back up. Deep breath in and back down. All right, a little shake out, side to side. Let the arms just go. It's like you've got a coat on, you don't have any arms in your coat. So just let them kind of slap around your body there. All right. All right, and then find yourself back in mountain pose, up near the chair. Okay. Broad collarbones, knees are just a little bit soft, tailbone draws to the ground. I'm going to lift her up on my right heel. Same thing, mountain pose, a little more of a challenge to your balance, hands on the chair whenever you need to. And as we go to step back, use the chair if you need to, please. Right foot goes back. And that toe ball heel goes down on the ground. You're feeling a little bit of a calf stretch there, right? And coming away from the chair, lift that body upright, one arm. Maybe the other arms, use the chair if you need to, please. Keep one hand on it, Frank. Little la-di-da. Look how cute that looks, huh? Okay, so you've got this beach ball right here in front. Squeeze it in. And then we're going to go to the back, and I'm going to hinge at the hip, and I'm going to squeeze that beach ball back there behind me. Belly in, come right back up, squeeze it in, working these chest muscles here. Open up, squeeze it together. You work the back muscles here. Belly comes in. One more time. Squeeze and squeeze. All right, both hands on the chair. We're going to take that left arm out to the side. Look towards the left. Find your hand there. Now, if it's able to reach up higher, fine. If you want to put it in that back pocket, that's okay too. Bring it right back down to the chair. Rise up into warrior one. All right, so now we're going to add this twist in the upright motion. Right hand on the chair. Left hand is going to reach back. So same twist, but now we're upright. Back leg is really strong, right? You feel that leg working. You're squeezing the thigh bone with your thigh muscles there. Look towards the fingers. Circle sweep, come right back up. Let's take the other one up if that works for you. You can drop that left hand to the chair because we're going to now extend the right one to the back. Holding on. All right, drop that hand, circle sweep both arms, step both feet together, use the chair if you need to, and exhale. All right, mountain pose, but that left heel lifts up now, all right? So you feel those muscles in that right leg start to do this, yeah? So keep them firmly planted. Tailbone draws towards the earth. All right, we're gonna lift up on this foot. Toe ball heel goes back on this side. Same thing here. Squeeze that beach ball. Get it in there. And then to the back. Hinge at the hip. Squeeze it back. Slide it down towards your heel. And if you're using one hand, same thing. Lifting up and hinging at the hip. Use one hand on the chair if you need to. And again, one more time. And back. All right, staying in this hinge position, both hands on the chair. And then that left arm comes out to the side. Look towards the hand. Try not to look at me. Look towards the hand. And then we're going to lift it if that's accessible or put it into your back pocket. It's a lot of work. All right, both hands on the chair. Come right back up into warrior one. Nice and tall. If you're going to use one hand, I want you to put the left hand on the chair, okay? And then reach that right arm back. All right, back to the front, both hands on the chair or both arms up. And we're going to go the other way. You can use the chair. Please look towards that hand. Try not to look back to me. Yep, perfect. Breathing deep. Notice when you're twisted, that's fine. It's a little more challenging to breathe. We drop both hands down, reach the fingers to the ceiling, step that back foot in. And we're going to take that forward fold. So create a little space so you don't hit your face there. Forward fold. Using the chair if you need to. Halfway rise, hands come to the quadricep muscles. Squeeze the shoulder blade, belly in. Circle sweep, pass through chair pose right now. All the way back up. Reach a little bit higher and release back down. All right, grab a drink of water. Okay. Okay, from mountain pose, you have a little space between you and the chair here because we're going to come into chair pose. So it's still around the back. Feet in mountain pose. All right, heels are right underneath the sit bones. Knees are soft. My back is straight here. I'm going to bring the hands to the heart. As we come into this chair pose, I want you to imagine your back is sliding down the wall, all right? So hinge at the hip, bend the knees. Oh, there's that calf stretch. Rise right back up. And again, we exhale down. Inhale back up, straight spine. Let's use some hands here. Push down. Lift back up. Push out. Come right back into your heart. And push down again. Straight back. Resist that urge to hinge forward. All right? We push. Come right back. And down. All right, this time arm's going to go out to the side, all the way back up. And we're going to come into chair pose this time, but we're going to hinge at the hip, almost like you're bowing. That tailbone goes to the back wall. And look down. If you can't see your toes, you have to put your hips back. You see that? In this position, I can't see my toes. So I have to push my hips back so I can see my toes. So we have fired on the legs. This is a lot of work, right? Bringing the heart forward. Yes. And then turn the tailbone towards the ground. Yeah. Left hand down. Bring the right hand to your hip and just turn to the right wall. Belly in. Nothing's happening with the knees. They're still tracking in the direction of the toes. Come back to the center, hands to your heart. Let's see if we can do the other side without standing up. Left hand down, right hand down, left hand to your pocket. Try not to look back to me. Look towards that wall. One more breath. Come back to the front, hands at the heart. Deep breath in. And then shake out, curl the heel to your seat. Yeah, that should feel good. All right. Front of the legs plenty warmed up, all right? Let's see what we can do with the back of the legs. Step forward on the right foot and back on the left. All right. Pyramid pose, we call this. It looks a lot like mountain pose, but we've got two legs together, or different, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Reach to the ceiling. Pyramid pose with extended namaste. Lovely. Reach them a little bit higher. And let them pass through the heart center here. I'm going to push forward, hands to the chair. See if you can flex that foot and just let it leave the earth. And I'm going to pulse that heel up towards the ceiling. And then bring in the heart forward as well. I have a little bend in my supporting leg here. You notice how we tend to come off to the sides. See if you can stay right over the chair as you do this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, heart comes forward. And lower it, see if you can drift away from the chair at the same time. All right, we take the other foot out behind. Same thing, back of the leg. Flex the foot, let it leave the earth. You should feel this up, not only in the hamstring, but up here in the glutes. Just a little pulse. I'll turn sideways as I do this. Squeezing each time, lifting the heart, let it come forward and see if you can stay over your chair instead of off to the side. Pulse. All right, and then hold it up, belly in, front body lifts to the back body. And then let go, let that foot float right back in. All right, we're gonna sink into this chair pose with a straight back first. Turn the tailbone towards the ground and all the way back up. Step the feet out wide and turn that right toe to the right wall. And then once again, we zip up the middle, head over, heart over, pelvis here to the front. The first inkling is to go this way, right? So I want you to work at staying this way. I'm gonna sink into that knee and come right back up. Let's go. Let's push out and bring right back into the heart. And again, bend that knee. If you're using the chair, put that left hand on the chair and use it that way. And again, push out and back in. One more time. And now we're gonna find our warrior 2. Pushing out. All right, drop your shoulders, stretch the fingers far. You know how I say you lift the arms, but then you lengthen them. So you have lifted them, lengthen them. Front knee over the ankle, back leg is straight. Resituate your feet, whatever you need to do to get yourself in a good, comfortable position here. You can step that that right foot a little forward if that feels better to you. All right, holding and breathe. Press the feet into the earth or your shoes. You feel those legs spiraling when you do that, right? All right, we rest the wrist and lift that arm to the ceiling. See if you can find it. Where is that ceiling? The bones have lined up there. And when that happens, the work becomes effortless to hold that arm up there, right? But if that's not accessible anywhere you need to put it, go ahead and do that. That's okay. Look towards the earth over those left or right toes. Maybe you look to the front, and then if you can, take the gaze towards the arm. So you've worked the neck here as well. All right, I'm gonna drop that arm down and let it pull me right back to warrior 2. All right, now straightening that front leg. Doesn't mean lock it, but it means straighten. And I'm gonna keep my hand on the chair because I'm gonna lift into what we call sky archer. The longest line ever from those fingertips to your hip. And maybe that hand can slide down your left leg that was on the chair, or keep it near the chair. All right, so now we're coming into our warrior into a triangle pose. We're gonna hinge at the hip. Float that arm down. It's like it's heavy here and it's coming to the ground, and the other arm is either coming up or going to the chair, all right? On the chair is just fine. So find your hinged hip. So I'm not coming over this right here. I'm actually hinging at the hip. Imagine somebody was stepping right there on that thigh muscle. Yeah, reach to the ceiling or use the chair. Doesn't matter to me. Looking to the front, maybe turn the gaze towards that left shoulder. That arm that's up there. Belly in, please. Front body's gonna lift to the back body. And you're gonna take the deepest breath. We're gonna level this out into warrior 2. I think it's an easiest way to get out of that head over, heart over, pelvis. Stretch the arms out, give yourself a good hug, and creep the fingers back, tuck the chin. Breathe. And then like you're gonna take your shirt off, hands down, up, around, and walk lock that foot in. Back to mountain pose. All right, nice and tall. Reach to the ceiling. Sink into your knees. And then we're going to step that other foot out into our warrior two. Knee over the ankle. I have to resituate. Takes me a minute to get this leg in the right position for me. I'm going to do the same thing. Inhale out. Exhale back in. I'm not sure if I straightened and bent the knee, but I'm going to do that this time. Trying to give my hip a little bit of movement here. Press out. And pull back in. Resist this both ways. Press out. Lovely. Back in. It's not Tai Chi, but it's Tai Chi-ish. And again, Tai Chi. And back. One more time. We're going to hold this warrior two right now. Lovely. You've lifted the arms. Go ahead and lengthen them. All right. Front knee over the ankle. Back leg is straight. And we'll come into side angle. So I'm going to drop my hand. Reach to the ceiling. Shoulder, chair, whatever is accessible to you. Here. Look towards the earth. Let's work the neck. So what I want you to do when you look down this way, you've got that baby toe edge pressing into your shoe or the floor. And you're holding your knee there because it's going to want to buckle in. At least mine is. Look towards the front, maybe turn the gaze towards the arm. And if that's going to screw up your balance, use the chair, please. All right, lifting right back to warrior two. Head over heart over pelvis. Level it up. Level it up. Lovely. Okay, straightening that front leg. Lift that arm to the ceiling. Left arm up. Right arm comes to the chair or the thigh, but you've got the longest line ever from the fingertips to that hip, right? Really feel that length. Here we go into triangle pose. You're going to hinge at this left hip. Don't let the ribs collapse over. Hinge. So my hips are going to push to the right as I windmill. How lovely is that? Floating into a little bend in this knee right here. And turn the gaze towards the front, maybe towards the shoulder. It's up to you. Bring that front body to the back body here and use the chair if you need to for that balance. It gets a little screwball here. Take a deep breath in. All right, we're going to level this out. I think that's the easiest way to get back to warrior two. Lovely. Open wide. Bring the hands in, tuck the chin, let the shoulders drop down. In fact, use those hands to kind of drop the shoulders down. Get that great stretch in the back of the neck and that trapezius muscle. And then we're going to take our shirt off, drop down, just kidding. Turn that toe back in. Downward facing dog. That was a nice long flow. Beautiful. So when you come into downward facing dog, you may need a little stretch or a little movement. Go ahead and get that. I like to bend one knee and then the other. Maybe drop the ribs, maybe round the spine, tuck the tailbone. But come into some little bit of movement that feels good. Yeah, nice. And then see if we can come into stillness. So I'm going to take my feet about chair width apart, so a little bit wider here. And then front body's going to lift to the back body. See if you can relax the shoulders and pull them away from your ears here a little bit. And breathe. Bend in the knees and then try to take the weight to the legs instead of all of it on the chair. Feel the legs and the toes fire on a little bit more. Breathe. All right, taking the gaze over the chair, step into the chair, and let's grab a drink of water. All right, lovely. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's that time already. We have to balance. All right. We'll come back to where we were in the very beginning. We were working our outer thigh here, okay? So from our mountain pose, slide that right foot out. I'm going to catch just the toe on the ground, okay? So don't sink into the heel, just the toe on the ground. And let's keep a firm grip on the chair first. Lift the toe, and both toes are facing straight ahead to me. So the first inkling is to do this, right? So I want you to keep both hips facing the front, keep the shoulders facing the front, drive that supporting leg into the ground, and let's just see if we can lift one arm. All right, I have a little incline in my body, take a little deeper if you'd like. It's up to you entirely. Breathe and smile. Falling star, but nobody's fallen, right? Please, no. All right, we're going to push back to that foot. See if you can release that hand for a moment and come into star pose. How lovely is that? Nice. And then all the way down. Bring that foot back in. Press the hips over to one side. And then let's go the other side. All right, so back to mountain pose. Okay. And slide the toe out. So you're going to keep it on the ground there. All right. And then just flex the foot. Not to the ceiling. Keep the toe to the front. All right, so you're really rotated in that hip. The first inkling, we want the quadricep muscles to do it, to work, because they're the strongest muscles. So body is always looking for the easiest way out. Upright, nice and tall, nice and tall. And then see if you can find your falling star, but hold on to the chair first. You're ready to challenge your balance a little bit? Go ahead. It's up to you. All right, and then we're going to drift into star pose. So toe ball heel goes down, reach to the ceiling. Take the gaze up. The strong rush of wind is coming up the front body, so you're going to go, whoa, arms come back a little bit, heart lifts, and then forward fold. And then lift right back up again. Again. And lift right back up. One more time. And lift right back up. All right. And all the way down. Shake out. Have a couple of drinks of water, okay? Especially if you're not drinking the rest of the day. I told my friend if she'd been in my class instead of Wegmans in the morning, she wouldn't have passed out. She'd have been drinking water. Okay, let's sit back down. Great job, everyone. I love when everything just is connected and smooth and flows and you use your breath, and that's just so yoga to me. All right, bring that right knee up. Nice and tall. It comes up a little higher than it did when you first started. Those hamstrings have now worked and stretched. We're going to extend that leg out. Okay, now you're going to want to sit back. I want you to think about sitting up. And so for me, that means I have to bend that knee a little bit more. And pulse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it down. Slide it out to the side and put the foot on the ground right there. I'm going to use my left hand on the chair, and I'm going to extend that leg out more. You can come to the heel, but see if you can get that leg nice and long. And then I'm going to reach that right arm to the ceiling. Maybe that left elbow finds its way to the back of the chair for a little more support, and we lift. Wild thing. All right, come on back up. Bend that knee. Wrist, elbow goes on there. Heart to the front. We're going to take this little baby arc over. Now, this is when it is rib work, so I want you to do is lift that rib cage up and over that little prickly pear right there, resting on your thigh. All right, come on back up. Both feet to the front. Other leg comes up. You take this whatever feels good to you. It's like seated half baby pose, if you've done that. Or half baby pose, yeah. You'd be laying on the ground, you'd have both knees in. You know how those little babies, they grab their toes. And extend that leg out. All right, so find the tip of the sit bones. And we pulse down. 8, 7, 6, sit even taller. 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody had an inch left in them. That was great. Out to the side. Now drop the toe down or flex. If you have shoes on, you're going to want to flex the foot, I'm sure. If not, maybe you can drop the toes down. Right hand on the chair. See if you can find your way to that elbow, and then we lift up. Be sure you're sitting on the chair. Nobody falls out. Wild thing. Love it. All right, we swing right back up. Put that foot on the ground. Elbow, wrist. You're going to lift that left rib cage to the right rib cage. Right rib cage to the ceiling. Get that great, even deeper side stretch than we took originally. Breathe. All right. And then hands on the thigh muscles. Hinge at the hip. Press down on the thighs. Straight back here. I want you to have this nice flat back. In fact, maybe you could get to the elbows. We'll try one side elbow. And then maybe the other side, get to the elbow. I feel a different stretch in my back when I do that. Yeah, yeah. Maybe both, or maybe hands. Release back down and round back up. Let's take that piriformis stretch. I'm going to cross this leg over. Now, if you've been told not to cross the midline, don't do it. If this gives you trouble, doesn't feel good, don't do it. You can support, you can open up. Remember, this is the senior pictures pose. It was not my idea, but I just thought that's the cutest thing, isn't it? That's what this woman called this, a senior picture. Press that low back forward. Yeah, come into mountain pose, broad collarbones. I've spent much too much time talking today. We're going to be an hour here, sorry. And let's just put this foot on the ground, and then we'll take this twist here. So left hand across, right hand reaches towards the seat of the chair, or grab the legs, whatever you need to do to get your body upright. Yeah, thank you, Norm. I saw you sit taller. Yeah. And then slowly come back to the front, nice and tall. And I like to put my hand on the chair here because it helps me level my shoulders out. Otherwise, like this. But if I've got hold of this, then I feel equidistance between both hands. Other leg up. We cross it over or drop that to the ground. Does not matter to me. And you can support it like I am. You can open it up like mine won't. But press that low back forward. And breathe. Notice that exhale is a relaxing part and see if that will take you to that place where, oh, this feels a little better. All right, let's put this foot on the ground. Right hand to the knee and left hand back. So your arms are equal right there. Shoulders are parallel and turn the gaze towards that wall. Fran, both feet on the ground. But that's okay. I'm just making it easier for you. One more breath. All right, come on back to the front. Now, lifting up each sit bone one at a time. Walk yourself back. So you use those obliques to do this. Y'all look like you're riding on waves or something. Yeah. And then find the back. Snuggle that pelvis in. Give it one little last massage. Roll up through the spine, open your eyes really wide, crunch up your face, and then let that relax. And that immediately translates into the shoulders. The front body sinks to the back body. And you come back to some stillness. And maybe notice how different you feel than when you came in and started. My hope is you feel better. And deepen your breath to what feels good. add one word of wisdom before you open eyes. You glow differently when you have good people with good intentions in your life. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring hands together at your heart. You all have a wonderful glow about you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Shelley, for that. All right.